When you think of New York, these images probably come to mind. But there's more to the Big Apple than just skyscrapers. Today, we'll explore Bayside, a neighborhood in Queens that has it all, from food to views and more. We'll be led by someone born and raised here. Could this be one of New York's best neighborhoods? Let's find out. So if you didn't know, Bayside is in northeastern Queens. We are right near the border of Nassau County. We've got Matt. Matt, what makes Bayside so special?
It's just a beautiful place to explore a small town feel in a big city neighborhood.
We're on the heart of Bell Boulevard right now, and I think this is the most famous street in Bayside. What's it all about?
This is a lot of people's first experience to nightlife that grew up in this neighborhood. The heart of a lot of really good restaurants and pubs, although they're becoming, unfortunately, fewer and far between, but definitely a great place if you want to grab a cocktail or grab dinner or have a special night out.
A block away, you got suburban Tudor homes, and you walk here and you've got like every kind of restaurant imaginable.
Well, I'll point out a little history. They do the St. Patrick's Day parade every year on Bell. So that's why you'll see these all down Bell. So a nice little local spot if you want to grab a snack and a coffee.
And you were telling me, and I've heard that they have the best macaroons on earth here.
They melt in your mouth.
Wanted to get one cookies and cream macaroon, one lavender macaroon.
May we order espresso with you as well?
That's it.
I don't know if you could see on the top there, that frothy top. And that's the sign of a good barista, and that's the sign of a good espresso.
All right.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Let's try this. A little black, wow. Just straight up.
Straight up black. I won't lie. If I'm having it after dinner, there may be a hint of Sambuca in there.
That's a good idea. Also, you mentioned to me how good the macaroons are here, and others have told me about this spot. So I got a cookies and cream, my favorite flavor for a lot of things in life.
There you go.
That's delicious. Like pairing this with the espresso, perfect. Oh yeah, that's relaxing. You can just take 5 minutes of your busy day, sit down, enjoy this.
That's the idea. That's the whole idea of the espresso. They do it proper here.
French Workshop, Artisan Bakery. "25 minutes to Manhattan."
That's it, my friend.
That's it, right here. You know, Matt, I like to think all good stories start in a White Castle parking lot.
Most people end their night here, to be honest. Bell is known for its restaurants and bars. Formerly 24 hours, but they're still open pretty late. This is where you finished your evening.
To coat the hangover, I get you. I spend many a night in White Castle in New Jersey as well.
That's awesome. So another beautiful aspect of Bayside is you really don't feel like you're in New York City. This is classic Bayside architecture. You see a lot of this in a lot of the pockets of Northeast Queens.
Yeah, you got the Tudor revival style. One of my favorites, very common in Forest Hills, has that British feel to it. So you have a lot of different mix of suburban meets city. I know we talked about that already,
yes.
But it's cool. I could see why families especially probably would like it here.
You get a beautiful variety of trees and just beautiful tree-lined streets.
It is crazy, like comparing the city to Bayside, and not just Bayside, a lot of different neighborhoods in Queens and Brooklyn, even the Bronx, that feel nothing like Manhattan.
When I grew up, there was at least 5 diners in the neighborhood. This is the only one that is still open. They've all shuttered, but this is still one of the best in the city. Family owned, family run. They've been here, give or take, about half century. And I'm honored that they're still here and still part of the Bayside neighborhood.
I've never seen a Greek fast food spot like this. It actually reminds me of a Roll & Roaster in Brooklyn.
It's very similar in the fact, the old school facade, family owned, been around forever. This is where I want to go if I want Greek fast food.
We just walked down Northern Boulevard, saw tons of Korean restaurants, but big Greek community too, right?
Originally, mostly Greek. My neighbor, they have a Greek flag flying. We just walked past a massive Greek church. They have the Greek flag flying at another restaurant. So it is a very heavy Greek community. and some of my good friends and good neighbors in the area are all Greek. The Koreans are maintaining the heritage of the neighborhood and bringing in their own culture. It's really a great mix of cultures and a great mix of food.
You smell the souvlaki, you smell everything as soon as you walk in.
That's the smell of family heritage and love. Some of the best meat you're gonna get in the neighborhood.
It looks like a regular fast food spot, but they're playing Greek music, Greek flags everywhere. I love the pride. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I just want to try your famous lamb and beef gyro. Let's get two of them.
Pleasure to get them, yeah. We've been supported by the community for over 41 years. We grew in this business. We were taught to make gyros, you know what I mean? From little kids. I'm second generation. We have third generation working in here. I've been blessed to be supported by the community and being alive for 41 years. And we do our part, and everybody else does their part, you know?
Look at this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my friend.
Enjoy.
This is a sight for sore eyes. I used to eat this almost every day when I was in Greece for a month. Mouth-watering.
Also, the first place I ever had a gyro from when I was a child. And to this day, it's still the best in the area.
The bar was set super high since you were a kid for gyros. It's amazing. I mean, you've been to Greece?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had a gyro this big in Greece?
No, absolutely not. This is how it's done here.
All right, I'm glad I came hungry today. To quote Ben the cameraman, if it ain't messy, it ain't good. Oh, I mean, you've got the lamb and the beef combined before it even goes on the skewer with this like really like rich, flavorful taste. The tzatziki sauce. This is something else. This is worth coming in here for the hospitality alone. But then we're talking about the food. Definitely one of the best gyros I've had since I've been in Greece, and I don't seek out Greek food enough. I think that's one of the advantages of living in this part of Queens. There's so many Greek places, but for fast food experience, this definitely needs to be on your radar.
It's generally my lunch and my dinner. To be totally honest with you, one goes a long way. They take ample care to take care of their customers.
One more Greek stop. You insisted on Mediterranean tastes. Why?
Another local spot, one, great gift shop, two, great little Greek tastes that you wouldn't get anywhere else. But it's another old school neighborhood spot that's devoted themselves to the Greek culture.
This business is primarily serving the Greek community. 95% of our products are Greek products, as you can see. And the cheeses are responsible for an estimated 35 to 40% of our sales turnover. People come here for the cheeses.
So these are the kinds of things you're not going to find at your average supermarket in New York.
You do not. This is a destination. It continues to be a destination because people can buy everything from here. This is our feta. A feta that matures in a barrel, in a wooden barrel. People just love it.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
That's so good.
People come here from Long Island, from Astoria to buy this.
This is my type of place. He said 99% of the items imported from Greece. Greek lettering, you have to look at the English translations with stickers here. Oh, in Greece, I was the frappe cappuccino. Love it. I was addicted to frappe cappuccino.
There it is, your cappuccino. Yes, it creates an addiction.
It does. It's addictive.
I don't know how you can get rid of it. Once you are in this, you cannot escape.
No, you cannot.
We're only 2 blocks from my house right now, so it's very easy for me to come here and pick up artisanal product.
If I lived 2 blocks from here, I would be here about as often as you as well, okay? I'm a little jealous, I'm not gonna lie. A little jealous. What a store. Now that is definitely a store you've got to check out in Bayside. I think when you Google Bayside, this picture always pops up, and this is absolutely beautiful view of the Throgsneck Bridge here.
Right next to the historic Fort Totten, views for days. This is basically going right into the Long Island Sound, and then if you were to go up and around that way, you'd be heading right towards Manhattan.
You should stop by any bodega or deli and bring your sandwich here, have a little picnic.
Absolutely.
That's a nice view, man. I could totally see that happening if I lived here.
We are on the northernmost part of Bayside. What you're looking at under the bridge, you're looking at the Bronx.
Fort Totten is one of the most unique parks, I have to say, in New York City, and of course Bayside. because it used to be an active Army base, right?
That is correct, and actually part of U.S. Army Reserve still does turn out of here. So I am a former New York City paramedic, I'm a retired city paramedic, and also on these grounds are FDNY's EMS Academy. Any EMT or paramedic or in training for the FDNY is getting trained on these grounds.
And perhaps one of the most beautiful buildings in all of northeastern Queens, and maybe one of the only castles in Queens, is right there. So this was originally Fort Totten's Officers Club, nicknamed the Castle because it's a rare example of Gothic Revival architecture still active. Now it houses the Bayside Historical Society, and it's a really cool venue if you want to have your wedding in Queens.
This is probably one of the least known parks in the city, but in my humble opinion, it's also one of the nicest. Waterfront views, as you could see.
Yeah.
Soccer fields, family friendly.
And also the beautiful old military buildings.
Yes, the architecture is definitely a draw here.
This is where the commanding officer lives. This is where I want to live. McCabe's bar car. I don't know if I've ever quite covered a dive bar like this.
John, this is my home base, my friend. It's the quintessential local dive bar, great pool table, great jukebox, and great people. It's all locals.
All right, let's have a drink to cap off this wondrous day.
Oh, I would love one. I would love one, John.
You know, we walk in here and it seems like we know every single person. I love that, like, local character here.
It is. It's neighborhood folks. It's in a residential neighborhood, and we're all family. Everybody's got each other's backs in here.
So you spent just a few nights of your life in here.
Once or twice I've been here.
Once or twice?
Once or twice.
Well, I'm Marty McCabe, and I've been here for 28 years. Started in 1995. It's been a bar since 1965. It was the Mayo House for many years, and when I took over in 1995, it became McCabe's Car. Why I named it Bar Car is because we're right next to the railroad, the Auburndale train stop, and it's a good New York institution, a New York gin mill.
All right, so this is very Rudy's-esque here. Free hot dogs, Sundays and Mondays. Perfect with beer.
There you go.
It's a good neighborhood. Very cool neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Never been before. I'm a fan. If you liked exploring Bayside, you should also check out Greenpoint, Brooklyn, one of New York's coolest neighborhoods. Watch that video next.